Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this fine, fine Sunday morning? I have to speak a little low because I was, I don't know, I just had a moment. I was looking at, YouTube, it's early, and I was just looking at YouTube and I stumbled across something that really, really bothered me. Two things. The first thing that bothered me is this guy, it's this black guy, and he does this commercial, and he says he can teach you the ultimate, what is it, to get what you want with 20 words. All you have to say is these 20 words from the Bible, and it will manifest anything you want in time. Now, he had Snoop Dogg, he had so many people, Oprah Winfrey, of course. He had Oprah Winfrey, he had Drake, he had A$AP Rocky, or maybe Travis Scott. I mean, he just was naming all these people. And then he gave a look into this place where the elite go. And they had this thing like a gala of something, and they have all these performances, and these people are there of high intelligence. And he said what they do is, after they get into it, he says it gets really, really perverted. He says it gets crazy, in a sense. Summing it up, he said he saw someone urinate into a senator's mouth. That's just to give you an idea how far it goes. But they go in some kind of ecstasy state as they chant these words that come from the Bible. And if you're able to chant these 20 words that come from the Bible, you would be able to manifest anything you want within time. Well, listening to that, being a Bible, I'm going to say it, being a Bible, I believe, a Bible enthusiast at one point in my life. For 40 years, I was a Bible fanatic. I've been to school, I studied. So when he began to speak, I began to say, wait a minute, hold up. If this is of God, why would he charge? But the charging wasn't it. I went in this thing with this long litany. You know how they get you on these info commercials? They say it's only going to take 3 minutes of your time, and you're on it for 15, 20 minutes. But I followed this one. I followed it. And I had already said, I will spend no more than $5 to $20 if it's a book. That's all. But he wants to charge $10,000 from what I understand, and I guess $57, and I guess however, but this is supposed to be a rich man carrying the word of God, and he's supposed to grant this. But before I did it, I said, give me a number that I won't go over, $20. To get these 20 words. Well, there was no 20 words. They took all my information. And when I tried not to tell the truth about my phone number, they pretty much said I'm a lie and got my number. Well, I was feeling some kind of way about it, but I said, you know what, I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to play it out. I'm feeling icky. I don't like it when you have a tap on me like that. I do not like it, but nevertheless, I wanted to see, was it real? So just as I saw it in my mind's eye, it was a hoax. If anybody out there, it may be true. It may be. But if it's of God, why would God charge you for 20 words? 20 words that's supposed to be in the Bible, but was removed. And it's the sacred Hebrew Bible, the only one of its kind, and was sold, I think, for 10 million. 8 million just recently, I suppose. I don't know. But this is what this man is saying. I don't want to give his name because I don't know his name. I just know that this is what he was teaching. I would have had more information if I brought my pad in with me. But nevertheless, so I was feeling away, I was like, I don't like this. And of course, I'm not going to do it because I set a limit, $20. So after I felt duped, I've been hoodwinked by this lying spirit. And he sounds like a white male, but it's really a black man ripping us off with his millions and his 20 cars and all. It's just sad. And it was like, I'm going to teach you how to get $1 million. Look, don't teach me how to get $1 million. Teach me how to get 20 million. You know, think small. I don't need you to help me to get 1 million. I want to get 20 million, 10 million, 5 million. But enough of that. And so then after I looked at that, then I began to see this other commentator on, I do not know his name, but he showed this video of Will Smith. No, kids don't understand where Jada Smith is dancing to Will Smith with the old video of her and Tupac. Well, however, this commentary, I don't know his name, was just outright disgusted by the fact that she is pining over this deceased male. He just doesn't understand it. No one really understands it. But he goes on and just says, how does Will do it? And I'm going to tell you what I believe. After looking at the video and really giving this considerable thought, like I was up there after looking at being gypped by this Christian man and now seeing Jada, this guy feeling away and I'm feeling away. So I started meditating and I said, this doesn't make any sense. Why is she still, all these years, why is she still pining for Tupac? My sister, which is my spiritual guide now, she said that she is in regret. I said, that word, I was like, regret. She said, yes. Regret that she didn't pursue the relationship like she wanted to. Regret that she put him in a friend zone. Regret that she was too young. She lives a life of regret. And so because she lives this regret, she lives in sorrow. And because she lives in sorrow, she has a spirit. His spirit is still connected to her. She really needs an exorcism. I know we don't believe it. Call it what you want. Casting out. I'm not going to call a demon or a devil or anything of that. She's in love with a ghost, a memory. She is attached to it. It is attached to her. I don't think anyone is ever going to please her until she is released. But the problem is she doesn't want to let it go. She doesn't want to let the spirit go. So how does Will fit into this? Now, many people may not like it. I don't know. I just got to say, allegedly, Will is bisexual. So if you are a big movie star, allegedly, this is people known this for years. Now, if he's not, he's not. Will is bisexual and Jada and him work out fine. You keep my secrets and I'll keep yours. You tolerate my foolishness and I'll tolerate yours. When we come together, we come together. But whatever it takes for you to be happy, you find your happiness and I find mine. And under that skies is how they last. So, yes, the public wants to know, is Will angry? It will say, I'm not angry. It will say, I'm not crying. It will say, it's all good. The men don't want to believe it. They want to believe no. But if you had a secret life that you could live freely, and you got this woman that's there, never going to leave, only death. Remember, only death shall separate them, which is a beautiful thing. So, they both have secrets. She lives in her regret and he lives in his world of who he wants to spend his time with. And that is a fair deal for both of them. So I guess when you have finances, Will is not out there talking. It is Jada. Why? Because she has that restless soul to her. So every now and again, you know something done flared up with her. Why? You know the spirit is riled up. I mean, I don't even know if we're approaching a new moon, but you know the spirit is riled up. How you know? Because she went back into that reminiscent and nostalgia stage again of Tupac, to the point he was haunting her so much. She doesn't know that he's haunting her. She doesn't know that. She think this is her memories and she think it's her. She has no idea that she's haunted by her memory of something of days long gone by. Remember, she's a child. She's a woman now in her 50s something. She's a child, a teenager, probably no more than 22, 23 at the time, if that old. You know, they're dancing to Kids Don't Understand by Will Smith. And that's what the commentator brought up. Do you realize she's having this fantasy to Will Smith's name? Will Smith's name, and she's dancing to his song with Tupac. But she says, and I agree, that this was done years ago. So she's having a moment and she's incorporating her husband in this too. See, that's the triangle. Oh, yes, I see it. That's the triangle. Even though people ask Will how he feel about it, any man is going to say before the world, oh yeah, man, I hate it. You know, I don't, but he never leaves. Why? Why would I leave when I have creme de la creme? Jada looked like the bad seed all the time, but he never leaves. So you said, why? Why did he go up and hit? Did he hit it for Jada? I'm sure that was orchestrated. I put nothing past nothing anymore. And no, I think it was to give my opinion. You know what? I'm going to say it like I heard Cat Williams say it. Collateral damage. Everybody gets paid. So whatever happened, it's already been taken care of. It was already expected. Whether it was, he did it reluctantly. But it was like something like, this is the moment. And this is the moment I have to react. And she didn't stop him. And this is the moment he leapt to do what he had to do. He walked to do it as if it was orchestrated. This is why people didn't believe. But you got to understand, in Hollywood, they can make things appear and disappear. Just like that. Because apparently, according to this man, this black man that's trying to get $10,000 for to sit under his tutelage. Are you kidding me? A man, enough of that. But anyway, I'm so sad about all the people that are following him and claiming that this miracle worked. I mean, I remember this miracle about The Secret. It was supposed to work. I'm telling you, faith is within yourself. You find the most powerful words in the Bible for you because you don't know what those 20 words is. And if those mighty people go to this place and they use those words, I feel like speaking in a tongue. They use those words to summons up your nation, the most grotesque things you can find. There is nothing holy. That's why they took it out the Bible, probably. Because holiness will not tolerate that. Holiness, the Bible talks about when they were even said, if you even touch the Ark of the Covenant, you would be struck dead. You couldn't even go into the tabernacles unless you was a high priest. And not all the high priests could go, only designated ones. So if that word is true, which I truly believe there was some kind of holy vessel, but to take these words and make money, shame on a Christian that said it was holy. Shame on him. And the only thing he was talking about pretty much was how to get rich, how to get cars, how to get house. No, not how to find love, really. No, not how to find peace. No. Not how to find union with yourself. Not how to find your way with God. No, not how to find a healing. No, it's how to get rich. So be careful of those rich things. Those rich things. And as I said, he just reminded me of Jada because this other guy came on right after him with this Will Smith thing. And for me, they joined together. She needs to be free. But I'm sure she knows those 20 words. I'm sure she knows, and I'm sure Will know because they in those high echelons. So they know. And if they don't know, they certainly can find out. Because he can always call Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg know, because he was on the info commercial. So I say all that to say what? I say this. Sometimes we just have to stay out of other people's marriages. Why? We can only go on what they give us. And we are bloggers. And it's so good to peek inside other people's lives, especially the rich and the famous. It's good, or the politicians. When they fall, it is some kind of glory. Just like Reese Witherspoon getting arrested for drunken behavior. Her husband got a DUI, but she didn't. She got arrested for lewd behavior. And many people kind of like to enjoy the rich fall. Well, I guess there's pleasure in all of it to some degree. But I just wanted to stop by and just vent how those two things, those two crooked things, one is just a spirit. And she probably wouldn't even really accept that I'm telling her that because she's married to it. And Will Smith is okay with it. No matter how he hurt, no matter how much he pined, I don't think Will Smith pines for her. They have been together for so long. Will Smith have his life and his dates, who he sees, whether it's male or female, unisex, whatever. It takes nothing from his acting, and he's married. What a good cover. So to protect it, this is what this is, allegedly. But for Jada, no, this is not allegedly. She has a spirit assigned to her. And for that man that's doing that, shame on him. Shame on him for taking the word of the most holy for wealth and leading the world for wealth. And there is a lot of people who need. We all have a need. I don't care how rich you are, how wealthy. We all have needs that just money can't buy. Money can't get you well when they say you have cancer and it's no cure for you. All the doctors in the world can't fix that. When they say you can't have no more children, all the money in the world can't take that longing and the idea that you never experienced this, having a child. Money can't fix that. Money can only buy you things. That's it. It can only buy things. It can only fill your need at the moment. It could cause you to be a shopaholic because you got issues. It doesn't fix anything. All it does is have you where you can live a comfortable life, a very comfortable life, and you can have the things you want. You can travel. That is all. It don't keep you warm at night. It don't keep you well. It doesn't do any of that. It doesn't save your soul. You can't take it with you. Overall, it carries no value. It's just our means for trade, bartering. So that's all I have to say about that. And I'm ashamed of that guy. And I'm so glad that I followed him. I was like, oh God, how long is this going to be? But I followed it. To what? To a lie. It wasn't $10, it wasn't $20, but you wanted what, $57 to $10. I don't know what it was because I cut it off. But he know what he's doing, and I feel sorry for the people that get caught up in this. Please don't get caught up in these Ponzi schemes. Don't give your money to these kind of people. And another thing, that's one thing. And the next thing I want to say, don't allow yourself to get attached to the dead. You know, she's a necromancer, and she's in love with the dead. But for her, he's very much alive, and she doesn't know how to deal with it because he has possessed her soul. And I know that sounds crazy, but truth. That's the best way I can explain it. For Christians and non-Christians alike, that is energy, that his energy, his energy that he had on earth has connected to her in her heart and her mind. And every time she gets sad or every time she gets low or when things don't go right, that's her safe place. And Will is cool with that. He had to learn to be. So they both keep each other's secrets. So for that, I hope they stay together, because they are truly a couple that says we'll weather the storm, for good or for bad, for rich or poor, for sickness and in health, till death do us part. And they showing me that. And I pray that they continue to do it, no matter what the naysayers. It's easy to say things when you don't fully understand. But I had a... So, sorry about that. You know how I suffer with these cameras. So my camera went off and I had to fix it. And because it's early in the morning, as I said, what time is it? It's about 6 o'clock. So I have to talk light because I don't want to wake baby. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So with that being said, I don't remember where I left off, but this is where I will end. Be careful. Be careful. There are so many people out there that's trying to fill you with a whole lot of information. This is the time and the season we need to be wise. And don't fall for everything that somebody tell you. That's all I have to say. So I have nothing else to say to you, but I had to say that. So in my parting words, I would like to say, have a glorious day. My little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. Peace to you.